Hello everyone, I'm Kajal and today we are going to discuss about the hard topic of the 8th class students, and we are going to discuss this topic from the chapter circulatory system. So we were discussing this chapter in the last video too. In the last video we have discussed about the blood vessels as well as their functions and what are their characteristics and how they are showing the circulation of the blood. Now in this video we are going to discuss about the heart and as well as the circulation of the heart. Heart is the size of a heart is approximately our closed fist. If we close our fist, only this much size the heart is having. Okay, the heart is present in the center of our chest, but it is tilted toward left, slightly tilted toward left, so that's why we are feeling the contraction as well as heartbeat to the left side. In the rare persons, this heart is tilted to the right side too, and that are very few. Okay, so we are telling that their heart is present on the right side because we are feeling that heartbeat on the left side as well as on the right side. If that heart is tilted to which side, according to that we are feeling the heartbeat. Heart, if we talk about the heart is having the two outer membranes. So it is made up of the two outer membranes, that is known as the pericardium. Pericardium is the membrane of the heart, that is double walled pericardium, and in this pericardium a fluid is present that is flowing inside this membranes. You are able to see in this model that here are the two membranes of the heart, one is outer and one is inner one, and these are known as the pericardium. In the pericardium, pericardial fluid is present. Pericardial fluid is present, and this pericardial fluid is responsible to protect our heart from the mechanical shock, from the further other injuries too. So it is act as a mechanical absorbers as well as act as a lubricant for the heart, that is protecting our heart from the mechanical shocks. Next thing, if we talk about the heart, in the center one wall is present that separates the heart in two parts, that is known as a septum. So this wall that is separating the heart in two parts is known as the septum. As well as heart is having four chambers, upper chambers and lower chambers. Upper chambers of heart, these are the two upper chambers of heart. Upper chambers of heart are known as auricles or arterias, and the lower ones are known as the ventricles. So upper one chambers auricles and lower ones are the ventricles, and one wall that is separating the heart into two parts, that is known as a septum. Now, who is responsible to separate these auricles from the ventricles? Here in the auricles and the ventricles, between these ones, valves are present. Okay, each side of this heart having valves. This is the left side of the heart, and this is the this is the right side of the heart, and this is the left side of the heart. Right side tricuspid valve is present. Now, what is the name of the valve? Tricuspid valve is present. And if you talk about the left side, here the bicuspid valve is present. Tricuspid and bicuspid. Tricuspid right side, and bicuspid left side. So left side bicuspid. Bicuspid and tricuspid means it is having tricuspid having three cusp and bicuspid having only two cusps. By this difference, now in the right side of the heart, deoxygenated blood is present. When I had shown you this model of the circulatory system, I told you that we are representing the oxygenated blood with the red color and deoxygenated blood with the blue color. Right side is bluish, you are able to see. Why it is bluish? Because this side deoxygenated blood is present, and if you talk about the right side, this side oxygenated blood is present. Now, how this blood is entering to the heart and how it is leaving from the heart. Before starting the circulation of blood, let us discuss about the whole parts of the blood. So about the whole chambers of the heart, that is clear to you. Next, let us continue. This part you are able to see that this is known as the aorta. Aorta is the largest artery of the body and is responsible to send the oxygenated blood from the heart to whole parts of the body. Okay, and here in the heart, the pulmonary vein and pulmonary artery is present. In the circulation, I told you that all the arteries are carrying oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery, and at that time I told you that pulmonary artery is carrying the deoxygenated blood from heart to lungs for the purification. And what is the function of pulmonary vein? Pulmonary vein is carrying the deoxygenated blood from lungs to heart for the pumping to the whole parts of the body. So that are their functions, and this is known as this tube you are able to see, this is known as vena cava. What is the function of vena cava? Vena cava is collecting the deoxygenated blood from the whole parts of the body and is responsible to send that deoxygenated blood to the heart for the purification. Now this vena cava having two openings, upper lobe and the lower one. Okay, upper one is known as superior vena cava and the lower one is known as the inferior vena cava. The function of vena cava is to collect the deoxygenated blood from the whole parts of the body and send it to the heart for the purification. As well as I told you that the valve that is present in the center of the heart that separates the heart into two parts is known as septum. The septum or the valve that is present between the auricles, two auricles, is known as interauricular septum. Interarterial septum. What is the name? The septum that is present in between the auricles is known as interarterial septum. Inter means between, arterial means between the auricles, and septum means the wall that separates the auricle from one another. Second one, the septum that is present in the ventricles is known as interventricular septum. Again, inter means between, ventricle means between the ventricles, and the septum means the wall that is separating the ventricles from each other. Next, we are going to discuss about the blood circulation topic. This was all about the parts of the heart. Hope you understood about all. Now we are going to discuss how the blood is entering and leaving the heart and how it is going to the whole parts of the body too. So blood circulation in the heart, the two type of blood circulation takes place: systemic and rhythmic. Systemic and pulmonary circulation. So two type of circulation is there: systemic and pulmonary. Systemic and pulmonary. As well as this is also known as the cardiac cycle. Systemic is known as the cardiac cycle. First, second. Let us discuss firstly. I will make one flow chart also in the end to recapitulate it, and you have to give your full concentration to understand this topic. And if you have any query, then comment me in the comment box. So let us begin. Firstly, the lobe that is present here, that is known as vena cava, it is responsible to collect the deoxygenated blood from the whole parts of the body. It is having two openings, upper and lower. Why this is having two openings? Because upper opening of vena cava is responsible to take deoxygenated blood from the upper parts of a body, from chest, from head, from arms. Okay, that means the upper part above the chest. Next one, the lower or inferior vena cava is responsible to carry deoxygenated blood from the lower parts of our body, from abdomen part, from legs, lower parts of the body. Afterward, they are carrying that deoxygenated blood and they are taking it and giving it, storing it to the right auricle of the heart. So this is the right side of the heart, this is the left side of the heart, and this is the right auricle. Here the blood is storing from the vena cava. From vena cava the blood is coming and here it's stored. Afterward, what is happening? The contraction takes place in the heart. You might have heard about your heartbeat. Heartbeat having two sounds, lub and dub sound. You will discuss about that in the 10th standard. But it is having two kind of sounds, lub and dub sound. Why these sounds are creating? Due to the contraction and relaxation of heart. Our heart is showing a contraction. One time it is becoming contracted and other time it shows the relaxation for the entry of the blood. I give you one example here. Sorry. If I give you one full bottle of water and I will tell you to compress it from the center, what will happen? If you will try to compress it, suppose that you have opened the lid of that bottle too. Then what will happen? If whenever you will try to compress it, ultimately that water will come out, and that will, if that will be near your face, that will be on your face, the water will be on your face. Why it is happening? Because you compressed that at that time. Like that way, the blood is showing the contraction, and when it is showing the contraction, that blood is going out from the heart, from one part of the heart to the other one, and afterward the circulation takes place. And whenever you will remove that bottle will occupy the same size as it was having. Like that way, other time the blood is showing the relaxation, and again the blood is filled in that. So blood is going to the right auricle here. Afterward, what will happen? It will show the contraction. Okay, here in the right side of the blood, right side of the heart, in the right walls of the walls of the right auricle, the sinoarterial node is present. Sinoarterial node, it is known as SAN. Sinoarterial node is responsible to start that signal, and that signal is telling the heart to show the contraction. Okay, so sinoarterial node or SAN is also known as the primary pacemaker of the heart. So this is the primary pacemaker. Pacemaker means that is responsible to create the signal, to generate the signal in the heart for the contraction of the blood. Afterward, when it is generating the signal from the heart, this blood is going to the right ventricle, because with that generation of this signal, this tricuspid valve opens and this blood is entering to the right ventricle. From the right ventricle, again one signal starts, and that signal is known as the atrioventricular node. One node is generated there, that is known as the atrioventricular node, and that is generated in the ventricle side, that is responsible to generate the signal in the heart in the ventricles. And after that generation of this signal, this blood is moving from this right ventricle to the pulmonary artery. This pulmonary artery is present on the east side, because they have to send the blood to the each lung. And here from the from the pulmonary artery, the valves are present here also. These valves are responsible to prevent the backflow of the blood. Afterward, this blood with the help of pulmonary artery is going to the lungs for the purification. And afterward, when the purification takes place, pulmonary vein is carrying that blood from the lungs back and sending it back to the left auricle. Here is the left auricle. Afterward, again the contraction takes place in the atriums, and in the with that contraction, with the opening of this bicuspid valve, this blood is going to the left ventricle, and from the left ventricle, the aorta is taking this blood and sending it to the whole parts of the body. Aorta is known as the largest artery of the body, because it is sending the blood to the whole parts of the body. So that is known as the largest artery. So this was the whole circulation of the heart. And as I told you, there are the two type of circulation in the heart. First is the known as systemic, and the second one is pulmonary. Now, what do you mean by systemic and what do you mean by pulmonary? Systemic or cardiac circulation, I will make one flow chart and will show you. First, vena cava is taking blood and sending it to the right auricle. From the right auricle, this blood is going to right ventricle. From right ventricle, it is going to the lungs for purification with the help of a pulmonary artery. Okay, and afterward, after purification, pulmonary veins are carrying it and sending it to the left side of the heart in the left auricle. So pulmonary veins are taking it. Pulmonary veins. Here from the left auricle, again with the contraction, this blood is going to the left ventricle. And from the left ventricle, with the help of aorta, it is going to the whole parts of the body. Now, from vena cava to lungs, here up to the right ventricle, this is known as the cardiac cycle. Okay, cardiac cycle or systemic circulation. or cardiac cycle, because they are taking the deoxygenated blood and sending it to the lungs for the purification. And here from when it is entering to the pulmonary artery and coming back to the heart with the help of pulmonary veins, this is known as a pulmonary circulation, because pulmonary vessels are taking it to the lungs and afterward taking back to the heart for the after purification. So this circulation is known as a pulmonary circulation, and rest again from the left auricle to the left ventricle and aorta to whole parts of the body. This whole is the part of the cardiac cycle. So this was my whole topic. We have discussed about the heart, the parts of the heart, as well as the circulation of the blood in this topic. Hope you understood. Thank you very much.